Laëtitia, great to see you. Welcome to Popternative.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited to chat with you about this. I mean, we are back. The Pit is back on HBO
We're back.
Max. I want to know, I do want to ask about kind of the preparation, audition, and everything, but like, take me through that first day on set specifically, whether it was rehearsal, like, what was that first day to experience the Pit like for you specifically?
Yeah, I feel like I had like two first days. There was like the first day of doing medical boot camp
Mhm.
where I like came like ready to learn how to do like all of these nursing skills, and I walked in and I saw like Dr. Javadi, Shabana, like I saw all like the whole cast. Noah was there, Patrick was there, everyone was there, which like I was totally flustered meeting all of these people that I had seen on my screen and loved. And so a lot of that first day at medical boot camp became my inspiration for how Emma was going to experience her day. I was just like Kristen, who plays Princess, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you look like a deer in headlights. Like, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah," like totally overwhelmed. And so I was like, "Oh, this is like the majority of my research. I think is in this day." I did more research than that, of course.
Yeah.
And then my actual first day on set, where I worked with John Wells, and I got all of the nursing supplies, and Ambar, who is an actress in the show, and also she does some of the med tech things, helps us keep everything accurate. She was like, as a nursing student, you're going to be told to bring all of these things, all of these different scissors and shears, and nursing students think they need it, and actually you only need like two of these things, which is like what you see Dana do in that episode. So
Absolutely. And yeah, your character, she's thrown in right away, right? Like there's no wasting time. The first three episodes of season two are out now at HBO Max. Did it sometimes feel like you were kind of thrown in, like filming it as well? Or did you feel like you were able to prepare? Yeah, because it's so quick, right?
1000%. I mean, it's not like any other show where like this is my first show I've ever worked on. So like it's the first day for Emma in an ER. This is my first day in a real TV show. Um, and but what I've heard is on other TV shows, like you have to take a bigger pause between like rehearsal and like filming because they have to like adjust the lighting and everything. It's super speedy because the set that was created by Nina has like all of the lighting figured out. I don't really know that side of things, but they can do it in like 5 minutes instead of like 30.
Were
Um,
there some It's interesting because I spoke to a lot of your cast for season one, and I was always curious about the pacing of filming because the pacing in terms of like watching this show as a viewer, like I am stressed nonstop
yeah.
until the episode's done. It is crazy, right?
Yeah.
What was the pace filming specifically? Was it kind of like some scenes that felt kind of like quicker or slower than others? Like what can you say about the overall pace filming your stuff for the Pit?
It's fast,
Okay.
but fast that's in a way that's so nice because of what you just said, because this is a fast day for our characters, and it keeps you in the zone. You don't have time to go back to a trailer and take a nap and then be like, "Wait, where are we again?" We have no sides on set, no phones, and so we are all our heads in the game. We wait in the family room. Um, so we're always on set. And yeah, it's really great for the actor, and I think the scenes that would be the fastest scenes would be the ones where it's just two people,
Mhm.
just question of like the shots that you're getting, and the ones that take a long time are the trauma scenes, which thankfully in this season I am not in any of the trauma scenes because Emma's too new for that.
Yes. Well, perfect segue to my next question. It's almost like you knew what I was going to ask. You're a pro.
I-
um, I just love, the dynamic with you and Catherine, right? Catherine LaNasa is so phenomenal. I kind of want to know what was it like working with her? Were there any specific kind of like little kind of like pregame chats, I guess, like before going into scenes, you just kind of go with it, like after kind of table reads and rehearsals? Like, what was that like specifically with Catherine?
There were some pre-game chats, some pre-game dances.
Mm.
Um, we danced a lot. We'd also have this. this song, I think it's kind of taken from like SNL, was like, ooh wee, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Absolutely.
It was like every time we had like a shot that we were like, Catherine would be like, what's wrong with that? And I'd be like, ooh wee. So we'd have so much fun with that. But otherwise, more seriously, yeah, I think that mostly we would just like, when we were like in the trailer doing our hair and our makeup, or the people were helping us with that, we would run through lines. If there were any questions, I remember early on in the first episodes when we were first like still figuring out who Emma was and what our connection was, we had some of those in-depth conversations about our connection. And then also it was really helpful, actually, now that I think about it, Catherine, at one point I was like, I have these takes about Emma, I have these feelings that this has happened in her life. And Catherine told me, she's like, anything that you're feeling is true. It's coming from the writing, and it doesn't have to be explicitly said. She's done that with many characters where like there can be a feeling and it just becomes, it was already in there somewhere. It's just that when you're inhabiting it, it becomes clearer.
Absolutely. You're a storyteller. I mean, shout out Juilliard and everything. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of wondering, like, how do you kind of, like, with this question I'm going to ask, like, the thing about the Pit that is so insane is it's so quick, and there's all the, you know, scenes with the emergency and the patients, and then a lot of characters, including your character, they have their little backstories, right? And we kind of learn about them here and there throughout the shift, right? Those are two separate things when you get a script, right? Like there's the kind of like day-to-day, the patients and like the procedures, and then the backstories of the characters, right? Do you balance those two things preparation-wise, like, and separate them while you're preparing for Emma specifically? Like, do you have her day-to-day as a nurse, but then her kind of backstory, where she comes from? Or is it one kind of big storytelling preparation journey for you?
I think it's one big storytelling, because I think that like the preparation of like nurse stuff, it's like, why would Emma want to be a nurse? And so you have to understand, like, to understand nursing is to understand Emma, because I do think it was a true calling for her. So like every detail, it's like, oh, this is a cool thing to know how to do. Like CPR, would Emma like to do CPR, or would she be terrified at the fact that she has to do CPR? I think she would not like to do CPR. Like every time like I'm getting knowledge, I'm always putting it back into the perspective of my character. And then I really try not to keep it separate.
Absolutely. And then last question I want to ask you as well is, you know, it's interesting, right? Because season 2s are very interesting. And if I talk to a lot of your cast that were in season 1, it's interesting because they can kind of feel like they know their character. They're still learning about it. Did you feel like you were in a unique situation with a show like this where it takes place over like one shift, right? People think we know these characters whole life, but we're literally seeing them in like a 15-hour shift. Like, did you feel like you were in a unique casting situation joining season 2 of a show like this specifically?
Oh, totally unique. Like, so much of it is about the work, but and actually this comes to the last question that you told me before, is like all the patients that are there help you understand more about the doctors and the nurses taking care of them. So it's like, you're like, how can I learn so much about someone's life in one shift? Well, it's because the patients that they're having that we get to work with are challenging our like inner workings and making us bleed out information that you wouldn't get in like a standard, like if you were an architect, you know, if you're not working in these life or death situations. And I think that's why people like watching these shows, is because you get to see people working with these hard-hitting stories and have their own humanity, their own life reflected back to them.
Absolutely. And it's crazy to think about this because, you know, and it's not like season 1 was incredible, right? But like every time you come back for a season 2, it's like, how do you make it bigger? How do you make it better? I mean, mission accomplished for season 2 of The Pit. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It is so amazing. Do you have any conversations with the cast, with like Noah, about that kind of aspect of it? Like about like how things were going to be upped in season 2 specifically before filming?
Yeah, I think we had a conversation with Noah, with John, and with Scott, and they were very clear that we're not going to try to up anything. We're going to try to keep it we know this show, we know these stories, and our goal is to bring light to what medical professionals do every day, every hour. And so if we stick to our purpose, people are going to resonate, and reality is an interesting thing. And so let's just keep it as real as possible.
Absolutely. And the first 3 episodes of The Pitt are streaming now on HBO Max, so they can check those out. Laëtitia, so great chatting with you. Thanks so much for your time.
I love that. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You have an Instagram account if people want to keep up to date with everything, right?
Yes, Powerticia.
And, finally some of that BTS can get out there, right?
I know. I have some videos. I'm waiting for them to let me post them.
Yeah, absolutely, because the episodes are still coming out week to week, right? So it's like strategic BTS posting.
Yes.
Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Laëtitia Hollard, who plays Emma in season 2 of The Pitt on HBO Max, and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.